Matt Holmes here with University of Indianapolis men's and women's tennis head coach John Venner here at the UIndy Tennis Center as the Greyhounds, both the men and women, preparing for the Great Lakes Valley Conference Championships this week in Springfield, Missouri. And coach, a successful season, both teams over 500 with winning overall records this season. Before we get into talking about the GLVC tournament, just your thoughts overall on the season that both teams have had, and we're starting with the men.
Yeah, we've had great seasons this year. The men have really started out great this year. They came out on fire and won a lot of matches early, had a great fall season, and carried that right into the early spring, and got some recognition in the regional rankings there, and really did just a tremendous job. I mean, we really have a tough competition in our half of the conference, and I thought they were prepared well and fought really hard. But the men really came a long way this year. I'm really proud of them.
And then the women this year, I mean, only a couple points away maybe from being that first place team in the GLVC East versus tied for second and the third seed in the upcoming tournament. But they were right there, it seemed like, in every match in conference play.
Yeah, we have done a really good job on the women too. For the most part, our only losses have been really close to nationally ranked teams or D1 teams. We've really beaten the teams that haven't been ranked, and we were right there, 5-4 losses to several of those. And just the difference between the teams in our conference and in our region right now are very small, making it really hard on those ranking committees to put us in order, because we're just so close in ability.
You talked about the men and the improvement they made, from last year to this year. What do you credit that to them having, a more productive season this year?
Well, I thought we've had a lot of talent for the last 2 or 3 years on the men's side, and really injuries just hurt us so bad over the last couple of years. And some of our high contributors are playing injured or hurt or pulled out of the lineup. And this year it's been better. It's hard to get through a year without any injuries or problems or strains or pulls. But we've been more healthy than we have been the last couple of years, which has enabled me to get those high contributors into the lineup, and I think that's made a big difference.
And on the women's side, a couple of new contributors in there and a couple of freshmen, and obviously the players coming back, and they've stepped up from last year this year as well, it seems.
Yeah, that push with our 2 new freshmen has really pushed up everyone. The bar's been raised, and everyone knows it, and our 2 freshmen have done a great job of contributing right away. And that has had a ripple effect where even the upperclassmen and so forth have felt the pressure to also perform higher. And our senior leadership has been great. They know that their season's coming to an end, and they really do want to end on a good note and are giving everything they have into it.
Looking ahead to the GLVC Championships this week in Springfield, Missouri at Drury. We'll start with the men. They'll play Drury, the #1 seed out of the GLVC West, a team you've seen once already this year. What's the focus, kind of your thoughts on going in and getting a chance to play Drury for a second time?
Well, it's a great opportunity. I mean, we're just happy that we have made the tournament. It was a really tough job to get there, and so now we get to go there, we get to play the #1 team, and we get to see what happens. That's what athletics is all about. I mean, you go there, you play as hard as you can, you see what happens, and there's story after story of teams that have upset other teams and really made a name for themselves. Even at UIndy this year, lots of our sports teams here have had great wins and matches and games and contests that no one thought they would win. And I think we need to keep a positive frame of mind, going there playing our best, and we see what happens on the playing surface.
How much does you maybe talk about your team and the fact that they're the host school this year, the #1 seed, that the pressure is really all on them, to beat you guys, and you can just go in there, and have fun and kind of wail away at it?
Yeah, that's true. You can play pretty loose when you're playing the home team #1 seed on their court. So you can pretty much swing away. You got the green light to go for all of your shots, and we'll see what happens. If we can connect on some and shake the confidence, you never know what can happen. So yeah, the pressure definitely is all on our opponents.
And then the women, again, tied for second in the GLVC East. Unfortunately, I lost to Northern Kentucky with the tiebreaker. You're the 3rd seed out of the East. You'll play the 2nd seed out of the West, Rockhurst. A team you didn't really get a chance to see in a dual match format. I mean, you saw a lot of their players back in the fall at the regional that was here in Indianapolis. So what do you think about Rockhurst and the challenges they might present to your women on Friday?
Yeah, Rockhurst is really strong. I think they've moved up to #2 in our region in the latest rankings, and it's really tough to place our teams. I think that we're the team that no one wants to play in our conference and in our region, because we're really dangerous. I mean, we can really play with anybody in our region, and we've shown that all through the season. and we're due for a win. We're due for a big win for us, and we've been right on the cusp all season long. Now Rockhurst is strong. They're strong they're pretty deep. They're strong at many positions, and not every team we've faced is like that. Some of the teams we've faced have been really powerful in some positions and really weak in others. But Rockhurst is more balanced throughout the top to bottom of their lineup. So it's going to take a team effort for us. It's not just one or two individuals having a good day. It's going to take 6 players all playing their best tennis, and I think we can do really well.
How much does it help as well, on the women's side when you guys were there last year? A lot of these players have experienced the GLVC tournament, except for the freshmen, but it's not their first time around. Well, some of the guys in the men, especially the sophomores, didn't get a chance to. The difference in having that experience of the GLVC tournament.
Oh, it's really big. It's really big. When you go there and you understand what you're about to face, and especially in times when maybe in our sport the weather's bad or the timing changes or your venue changes, moving indoors to outdoors is really a big change in tennis. It's a big difference. And we had to go through that last year, and it's looking like we might have to do that again this year. And just being able to cope with that and adjust and understand what's coming and have a mechanism to cope with it is big, and that is an advantage for our women's team that they've had to go through that the last couple of years. And so anything that's thrown our way, we've seen it before. It's not theory, we've actually been through it.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for the time. Good luck this weekend at Drury, and hopefully we'll bring home another GLVC Championship, another trophy to put here in the UIndy Tennis Center.
Thank you very much.